George Eastman started rather young as a philanthropist. Even as a child, his notebooks indicate that he was sending a dollar bill for the young boy who lost his toes to frostbite. George Eastman's involvement with the university began in 1904. Rush Reese, the president, was looking for someone to fund a laboratory of physics and biology on the Prince Street campus, and he thought Eastman, as the head of Kodak, would be the logical person. He went to call on Eastman, and Eastman said, "Oh yeah, I'll give you $500 or something." And then he looked at Rush Reese. He says, "You look disappointed." And Rush Reese said, "Well, I sort of hoped you'd give the whole building." And the next day, a check arrived for $60,000, which was what the building cost.
George Eastman, by the time of his death, had contributed more money to the University of Rochester than any university in the history of the world through that date had ever received. He built a modern research university of national significance.
We're all beneficiaries of that vision and the impact that he made, and now we're taking our turn.
I think it's magical. I think that everybody loves the idea of being in on the ground floor.
This reminds me very much of the period in the 1920s when George Eastman, together with President Rush Reese, saw an opportunity to transform the University of Rochester, which was basically a regional college, into a strong national and international university.
He was the one all those years ago who brought together a small group of people and said, "We can really make this happen if you donate."
We have been challenged by our administration, by our faculty, to do better, to do more, to compete.
I was thinking about it the other day, and I think it's almost like it's a freight train, and suddenly the train is moving and everybody seems to want to get on.
At the moment, we have very ambitious strategic plans, and in effect, the George Eastman Circle lays the foundation, not only for annual support this year and next year, but to work with us and for others to work with us as we build an even stronger university long into the 21st century.
It's an annual fund concept that allows an individual donor to support any part of the university, any college or any program, as long as it's unrestricted annual giving. And that's a unique concept.
So I think annual fund giving will ensure that each year we have the ability to bring in all of this, the best students, the best teachers, the best programming, the most beautiful campus, and that's what's going to make us stand out.
As I stepped back onto the campus, I really began to realize there was a connection that existed that needed to be explored.
It has been exciting on so many different levels. I am a firm believer in giving back to institutions that have made a difference in my life. The University of Rochester is on the top of that list.
We have this charter signing ceremony, which I really do hope becomes a tradition at the university. It's a little bit like signing the Declaration of Independence. It's saying, I'm committed to these principles, I'm committed to these values. I'm going to show my leadership by becoming a member of this community and doing something about it.
We're building a base, and we really didn't have this base. And we are finding that people are so excited now.
We started with a goal of 250 members to the George Eastman Circle.
To now be in a position where we have 1,000+ members having committed to the George Eastman Circle, it only gives me a greater sense of community, a greater sense of pride.
So this is a wonderful time to celebrate what we've accomplished so far and what we plan to accomplish in the future. So let's hope there are lots of celebrations going forward.
Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for your support. But most of all, thank you for being our friends. Together, there is nothing we cannot achieve.